Hey everyone, this is Coach Phoebe, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about mindful eating. So, we've talked about mindfulness. Oftentimes, we talk about it with yoga, but all that mindfulness really is paying attention to your senses in your body. And as we know, we have 5 different senses, and today we're going to do an exercise to engage and use all of our senses while eating. So, mindful eating is a great tool to use because it helps us better enjoy our food and it helps us better notice when our body is telling us that we're hungry and when our body is telling us that we're getting a little bit full. And it helps us really pay attention to all the great things about eating and about our fullness and our hunger. Sometimes it's hard to notice those things though when we're paying attention to something else when we eat or thinking about something in our minds. Sometimes we watch TV while we eat, or we talk to somebody, a family member or a friend while we're eating, or maybe we're just thinking about what we're going to do later that day as we eat some cereal. I know I definitely do that. But when we do that, that doesn't really give us a chance, like I said, to enjoy our food and really appreciate it. And then it doesn't help us keep us in our bodies feeling our hunger and our fullness and other sensations that our body's telling us. So today, we're going to do an exercise with an apple. And I'm going to take a really, really long time to eat it. And we're going to notice everything we can about this apple using our 5 senses. So the first thing is I'm going to use our sense of sight, and I'm going to take a good look at this apple and notice what I can about it. So first I'm noticing it's pretty round. It's kind of, except for the slice I took out of it, it's pretty round and it's got a lot of different colors going on. It's kind of like tie-dye almost. And on one side it's really, really red and kind of pinky red, and on the other side, over on this side, it's a little bit more green and yellowy, and the inside is kind of yellow. And the stem is right here in the middle, and it's kind of darker down there. And it's got some little itsy bitsy tiny specks on it too, which I haven't really noticed before about other apples. The next sense I'm going to use is our sense of touch. So I'm obviously holding it. It's kind of cold, and I notice that the skin is really kind of rubbery and the inside is kind of wet almost. And it's kind of hard. It's not very squishy at all, actually. The next sense that I'll use is our sense of smell. So I'm going to close my eyes for this and take a good whiff of it. Oh, that smells so good. It smells like, I love the smell of apples and apple pie, kind of. It's really sweet smelling. It reminds me of other fruits. And a little tart, but super sweet. And I know this is a bit weird, but we can use our sense of hearing also. And you can kind of a rubbery, squeaky sound on the outside. And you don't really get that on the inside, but if you scratch it, there's a little bit of sound there. And I know when I take a bite, there's definitely going to be some sounds too that we'll listen for. So we'll go ahead and move on to taste. And as I taste, I'll see if I notice anything else, how it feels in the mouth, and how what it sounds like. So here we go. Very crunchy. And there's a lot of different feelings going on because the inside is a lot softer than the skin, which is really tough and kind of chewy. But it's definitely crunchy. I know you could hear that. And it's really sweet, just kind of the same way it smelled. It also tasted kind of sweet. And it's a little tart as well. So delicious. Well, I usually don't eat my apples like that. Usually I'll say I'm kind of hungry, so I'll run to the kitchen and cut one up and kind of maybe eat one while I'm doing something else. But I really appreciate every once in a while kind of slowing down and using my five senses to notice all these different and amazing things about the food that we eat every day that sometimes we don't notice. So I would love to hear if any of you try this exercise at home with maybe a snack that you're going to have today or your next meal, and see if you can use your five senses and take a little bit longer than you normally do to try some mindful eating. Well, that's it for today. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.